What is up, guys? Coach D here, popping on another episode. Today, we're going to cover the problems with athletes being under recovered. Recently got a question on the Instagram, which I really enjoyed. An athlete asked, "What did I know what did I wish I knew as a younger athlete?" And immediately, your mind can jump down a bunch of different routes. But as I'm working with athletes daily, been doing so for 11, 12 years now. I think the big thing that I wish I understood when I was younger is more is not always better, and the importance of recovery in an athlete's development and in performance. So a lot of times, athletes, even at a recreational, professional level, high school, college, have a hard time maintaining physical and mental performance. And typically, it comes down to recovery. So a lot of times, we understand the importance of work, right? It's very prevalent in our society and in athlete communication from coaches is you have to put the work in. But that can be often be cause a misleading of athletes to think that more is better, more is better, more is better, and that's not the case. Doing highly efficient quality work is going to be important, but then also putting as much effort into your recovery between sessions so you can get the results you're looking for, build the muscle, and develop the nervous system. So what I see is athletes will be going in the gym 6-7 times a week, adding in extra sessions on top of what we're doing. And it's not always the best. What needs to happen is adequate recovery between sessions. And you run a couple risks as you just begin to pile work on top of poor recovery. And obviously recovery can includes the realms of sleep, nutrition, hydration, and also just mental recovery of getting time outside of your sport, enjoying life and whatnot. So obviously a big risk of that, number one, would be increased risk of injuries. If your athlete's not sufficiently recovered, A, they're not getting results, and B, they're a higher chance of getting injured when they go to play in their sport or when they're at practice and whatnot. So injuries. We know that athletes to be a great athlete, you have to be able to stay on the field and you have to be able to finish a season and have some longevity to your ability to compete. Number two is decreased performance. So a lack of recovery will also affect your performance. And obviously this is very apparent. Obviously it should be understood and without being said, but a lot of athletes don't understand this, and they're unsure why they go to practice, and they're more tired than normal, fatigued. They're not jumping as high, and they're not just engaged with the practice. And typically, it's a lack of energy during those sessions. And again, those tie back to those things I talked about. So, you're going to have higher risk of injury. You're going to have decreased performance, and then third, you might have some mental health problems. So you might be burned out with your sport. You're not enjoying your sport as much. You're having a little bit of anxiety or depression when it comes to daily life and not feeling adequate enough in your sport. All those can be signs that you are under recovered and you're just not giving yourself enough time between sessions. And then obviously a negative impact on sleep. So many times I've had athletes come in and say, I can't fall asleep at night. I'm staying up. I have a little bit of anxiety. I'm not able to fall asleep at night. And that can be a culmination of an athlete being under recovered each day and leading into the night. And that just compiles and adds. If you're not sleeping, you're not eating enough, you're not hydrating, you're going to have a harder time getting the restful sleep you need and actually gaining the benefits from your sessions. And that can be a symptom of overtraining, right? So doing too much, too often. I know it can be hard for athletes to sit around and be okay with the work they did. But it's really important for them to understand that. It's really important that they start to grasp the concept that it is okay to relax between sessions. You don't need to add more. You need to be optimizing the work you're doing versus adding more. Some good ideas to do that is, giving yourself a day between high intensity sessions. You can still go and practice your sports skill, but keeping down the intensity and the volume of those sessions and being aware that today is a day that I'm going to recover and having that be something set and something that's understood before the session even starts, you'll get better results. I promise. I've seen it time and time again. Eating, sleeping, taking some time off, things like that are huge. Taking time off of sport, even having a period of the year where you're just focused on strength and conditioning and not, playing sport all the time. That can be important for athletes. And as someone that works with youth athletes, obviously the mental health is really important to me. I'm passionate about it. I want my athletes to be in a good mind state and enjoy the work they're doing. So all these things compile to that. So if you're listening to this, you're an athlete, you're a parent of athlete, make sure you take the recovery as serious as the training. Make sure they have some downtime and they're not always just running off and trying to do more work, but explain to them the importance of recovering between sessions and how that's going to help them achieve all the things that they want, including muscle development. So putting on muscle, being able to jump faster or jump higher, run faster, all those things. So in conclusion, the road to recovery for athletes, it requires patience and discipline and a dedication to giving themselves that downtime. And parents, you might have to enforce this a little bit. Teaching the athlete how to listen to their body and know when it's a day to back off or a day to push hard. So it's a huge factor. It's something we pay attention to at Hanson Athletics. If we have athletes that are obviously under recovered, we change their session, scale things down, and have that conversation with them. So share this with any athletes or parents of athletes that have, people that are, or kids that are hard charging and trying to add more. This can be an issue on the opposite end of the spectrum of athletes being lazy. So more is not always better. Better is better. Thanks for taking the time to listen. Hope you guys have a great day. If you have any questions, let me know. I appreciate you guys. Send them over to Hanson Athletics and I'll make sure to address them and share my opinions on them. We made it. Thanks for listening to the episode. If you have any further questions, please reach out via any social media channels or our website, and make sure to check out our on-site and online training options. We appreciate you taking the time to listen to the episode. If you have any further topics you'd like to discuss, let us know and we'll make sure to cover them. Thank you.